And a very good day to you all, as whichever morning, noon, or night that you happen to be catching this particular episode of the Daily News Hour with Jim Bumgardner here on Hometown Television, and of course the Daily News Hour page on Facebook. And we thank you so very much for joining us in this adventure that we find and make our own news, because we found the other stuff and we didn't like it, so we quit talking about it. And that's why we're doing the fun stuff we're doing, such as in this episode, we have a very special guest, Earthbone is going to be in house tonight, and they've got some smooth sounds, and they're going to rock your face off too. It's a great balance of both. But first and foremost, we need to take a little bit of teeny tiny quick break, because that's how Dan keeps the lights on around here, and we need every single one of them, even though everybody in the room is pretty bright. We're going to be back in just a moment with more of the Daily News Hour with Earthbone.
We've all heard it. Location, location, location. But you also need exposure. What to do? The only number you need to know is 741-0090. Top Stitch in Harrison. Business logos, team names on uniforms, t-shirts, caps, jackets, bags, baby blankets, and more. Top Stitch Screen Printing and Embroidery is quality service with a smile and always competitive pricing. In Harrison, just behind Taco Bell on Cottonwood. The only number to know is 741-0090.
Worley's Tire and Rental, now just across from Miller Hardware in Harrison. Tires for all vehicles, all seasons, all jobs, even lawnmower tires, plus wheels and custom rims too. Need equipment? Don't buy it. Call Worley's and rent it. If you're stranded on the road, you better call Worley's for prompt 24-hour roadside assistance. That's 743-3609 on East Stevenson in Harrison, across from Miller True Value, and in Berryville. You better call Worley's, 743-3609.
Top Drawer Furniture is becoming this area's best-kept secret and the place for unbelievable deals. That's right, it's no big secret that Top Drawer Furniture keeps surprising their customers with a desirable selection of furniture, bedding, and home decor, coupled with their attention to buying smart and passing on those deals directly to their customers. Top Drawer Furniture simply keeps satisfied customers coming back with honest, great deals. Top Drawer Furniture, 200 Highway 43 East, Suite 1, Harrison, Arkansas, 870-741-3377.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the Daily News Hour here on Hometown Television. Thank you very, very, very much once again for joining us. We truly appreciate it, and to honor and appreciate and show you our appreciation for your time, as we're booking some fantastic guests with some incredible talent, and that is most certainly one of my most favorite things on the planet to do. And tonight, this morning, anytime, whenever you're watching this, it's me and you, plus them. Earthbone, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning and good night.
There you go. See, you know, it's funny because it's like I got into the whole doing it live mode at certain times, and now it's like it's kind of running the gamut. So I don't want to exclude anyone.
Just go good day.
Yeah, good day. That
day.
makes me sound Australian, and I don't like those people. I shouldn't say that. Actually, I got a good friend down there, Kat. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was only playing.
We love the people down under.
Don't be a Brumby.
I won't. But you know what? You guys get to fix me tonight. That's what it's all about. Ladies and gentlemen, again, this is Earthbone. And first off, let's start by, if you would, everybody, let's just do the gamut and introduce yourselves to the camera there. Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Jerry Rowan. I play acoustic guitar and bass, sing, write some songs, generally have a good time, mostly. Covers me.
I'm David Dorey. I play keyboards and sing and write some of the songs. I'm semi-retired, so enjoying this a lot.
I'm Susan Boone. I sing, play harmonica, hand percussion, write a few of the songs, keep these guys in line. Pretty much that's it.
I'm Jimmy Reynolds. I'm the drummer and cajon.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And I'm Wayne Angel. I play the congas. It's fun. I have fun doing it.
You can tell the percussion section. You know what I'm saying? They're like, here we are.
They got rhythm.
That's all that matters. And
That's all.
now, how long have you guys been together?
Well, in different forms. We were together about a year ago, all this whole group, and we had to take a break. Jimmy had to do some family things away from here, and so we played for the last year as like the music you're hearing there. Prior to that, we played a lot of bar bands, original bands. Me and Dave played 20 years ago together, and yeah, we were here in an original group that did pretty well. Numa was the name of our group.
Now, when it comes to that, where all were you guys at prior to being here in the Harrison Ozarks area?
I was from Philadelphia, and might have fractured a law or two and ended up in Arkansas, down there in Newton County for a bit. And then I started working, playing music and doing some carpentry, and I just didn't leave. Damn Yankee, really.
Well, that's okay.
It's okay.
We've had some good ones come through.
A couple.
Yeah, a couple. Get them on one hand. But no, that's all right.
Yeah, it's good.
So, okay, right on.
We got everybody represented, Texas and Oklahoma and California and Louisiana.
And the Louisiana guy is the most subdued. You're like, that's why they moved you out of Louisiana. They're like, old muff, he can't go this far. I mean, you got to pep it up, son. You got to pep it up.
And my mother's from Oklahoma. So
that balances.
Gotcha.
Right on. Yeah. Very cool.
I'm from way down there.
Way down.
Saves that spicy stuff for the music.
Well, that works. And actually, we get to share that with everybody here in just a few. But before we get to all that, again, one of the things that I really like to accentuate in these interviews is that when it comes to the folks who are still providing live entertainment and live music, it's not by any stretch of the imagination a dying art so much as it is a thinning art. Because we don't find the folks doing nearly as much. Like the other, another show, talking with Bobby Mangrum and Agents of Chaos, we were discussing how, like, the younger folks, now you guys, and again, we're all dated at this point, but you guys remember, like, when it was junior high and high school, it's like everybody was gigging, playing, doing something. Not necessarily everybody, but there was a whole lot of us out there. But now I don't see that out of the schools anymore. I don't see that from the kids, really.
I think you can see most things on your phone. And people need a reminder, like your TV show, to the reason why you see live music. It's different than watching it on a screen or seeing something that's been pre-recorded. It's got its own feel. It's a little bit different every time. And things happen at shows in the crowds that only happen at shows. I mean, that's one of the things why I think people should get back into it. And there's whole crowds of people going out and seeing music, but it is thin. It's done. We used to have, you would pick a field, say some band's going to be there. There'd be 300 people there in our day, and you could do that every weekend. And now it doesn't seem as big. And
I think people just, one of the things that kind of adds to that, or I hope we can fix it with this, is that nobody has one point to look at because there's 1,000,001 different points because everybody's so fragmented. Everybody's on social media, but how much of that is there? Man? And it's like you think you're showing everybody, but actually you're locked in your own microcosm. So unlike the old days when you had a radio station and a TV station that was feeding everything out, or people knew to look at said radio station or television station to know where to go to get the info. But now then they're so unplugged now too, they don't even know what's going on.
So many choices.
Yeah, and hopefully though we can work that out to where people will know where to look, because again, like you said, those live experiences, it isn't even a matter of genre. It's like you can go to a country show, you can go to a metal show, you can go to a you guys show, because you guys don't really fit in any category that I've found yet. And everything that I've heard so far, you don't fit in a category. That's awesome.
Right, we're kind of all categories. When we do a cover show, other people's music, it spans everything, all different kinds of genres of music. So
see, exactly, and that's the point, because I think it's really more about the live show itself, more so than actually the content inside of it. Not that the content can't be good, but as far as what it is, that's like half of the experience. And people, these young folks, man, that have not gotten plugged into that, they don't know what they're missing. But hopefully we're going to fix that.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go. So, Susan's being so quiet. She's the non-quiet one.
She's thinking
hard.
Letting him talk.
For now. So looking at the clock, it's almost time to take a break. And the best thing about this break that you guys don't want to walk away from, stick through the break. It's good. Take notes. Tell everybody you see advertising that you appreciate them doing it because it makes shows like this possible. But when we get back from it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get some live music from Earthbone right here on the Daily News Hour on Hometown Television, because that's what we do and what we do well. So let's go ahead and we're going to knock that break out. We're going to come back and they're going to sing a jolly little tune about primates, or at least one of them. Just
Your White River getaway starts at Cotter Trout Lodge, where you find convenient, clean, and affordable accommodations right in the heart of Cotter, Arkansas. Take advantage of the Natural State Fly Shop across the road for all your supplies and guided fly fishing needs. Countless delicious homemade menu options await to satisfy your hunger cravings at the White Sands Cafe. Your complete White River getaway is cradled in the east arm of the historic Ruthven Rainbow Bridge at the Cotter Trout Lodge, Natural State Fly Shop, and the White Sands Cafe.
Do you need help with all of today's technology? Well, Tech Support of Arkansas is here to help.
I think I'd like to get one of those video doorbells, but I don't even know where to start.
Give us a call at Tech Support of Arkansas. We'll bring you one out and set it all up for you.
Call Tech Support of Arkansas to set up new computer hardware, mount your new TV on the wall, or do a free in-home evaluation for all your security and home automation needs. Tech Support of Arkansas, where one call does it all.
Black Friday Ultra Sale going on now at Sleep Mart. Traditional inner spring mattresses, perfect for guest rooms, starting at $299. Instant rebates up to $400 on all Eclipse mattress sets. Eastman House mattress sets up to $800 off. Don't forget about sheet sets, all sizes, only $40, tax included. Sleep Mart. Name brand furniture, discounted prices.
Thanks to the World Wide Web, it's a do-it-yourself world with help, illustrations, and advice right at your fingertips. But it's about more than saving money. It's about the satisfaction of a job well done. And for that, you need the right part, and sometimes a little advice. With over 1,000 vehicles in inventory and a good supply of new parts, Tennyson's is the go-to place for the do-it-yourselfer. And with over 100 years of combined experience, they'll share a tip or two you won't see on YouTube. Tennyson Auto, Harrison.
Give us a chance to earn your business.
Welcome back to the Daily News Hour here on Hometown Television. I'm Jim Bumgardner, and I thank you again so very much for coming in and playing along with us this episode as we are joined by Earthbone, and we got a lot of great live music coming your way from them, slightly pre-recorded just for the sake of moving stuff around. They got a lot of stuff because, as you can see, there's a lot of them. So anyway, but we got the first two. What?
We did not even bring all of it.
Oh, I know. I remember we were talking about that when we were getting everything booked because we couldn't put the drums in. We ran out of room. But there's another story about that I can't share just yet. But there may be some walls coming down around here soon. But that's going to be interesting for sure. So tell us about this first tune we're going to roll called Gorilla.
Okay, it's a love song, a kind of an aggressive love song about a butterfly and the moon. Tarzan, a banana, rhythm, jungle.
Did this get Matt Lauer fired?
Huh?
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
This one actually.
I don't know what he is even talking about over here.
That's why you're doing very well.
Am I doing pretty good? This one is featuring our drums. Actually, it features everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Good backup singing and
what inspired the tune? And on that note, we're going to go to the clip, kids. Enjoy Gorilla from Earthbone.
for that. In the way that I'm thinking of her, wishing I thought of myself. When it comes to this monkey's love, it's for her, baby. Nobody else. Oh, but woman, and nobody else. And nobody else. And nobody, and nobody else. Moonshine on a butterfly, then the butterfly went free. I am the moon, everybody in the butterflies and me. And the way I'm thinking of her, wishing I thought of myself. When it comes to this monkey love, it's for her, baby, yeah. Nobody else. Oh, it's a woman, and nobody else. I'm a woman, and my woman, Lord. I'm a woman, and nobody else. I like bananas, I like swinging from a tree. I lay down the Tarzan, yeah, if the mood, baby, strikes me. I'm a little rough, I'm a little unfine. When it comes to my woman, love, it's a woman, she can blow my mind. It's a woman, love, she can blow my mind. I'm a woman and a woman, she can blow my mind. She can like nobody, she can blow my mind. Now it's a woman, love. I'm just a gorilla with a silver hair, got a song on my back. She is waiting, she's beautiful with that. And I'm thinking of her, wishing I thought of myself. When it comes to this monkey love for her, baby, nobody else. It's a woman, and nobody, ain't got nobody but a woman now. Nobody, ain't got nobody but a woman, and nobody. I'm a woman, love, and nobody else. Ain't got nobody.
Yeah, give it up for yourself, guys.
Thank you, baby.
That was good stuff. I really, and the best part about that one for me is I made you guys run that like 2 or 3 times so we get our sound check and everything. And that's a great tune. And it really, really is. And your delivery, man, you're like, I love that. You've got almost, and I mean this in the best possible way, you've got like that Joe Cocker swagger going on. You know? So don't sound like him, you know, but you
Don't
got
sound like him, but it's
the swagger. you
same
know?
size head.
We're going to fact check that, ladies and gentlemen, just to make sure.
13 and a half.
Wow.
I'm lying. I have no idea what 13 and a half even means.
Okay, good.
That'd be
But
a very big one.
Would that be big? Gorilla head.
again, we're going to
It's
keep it
all
PG for
relevant.
kids.
It's all relevant. You better find something to talk about.
Yeah, but no, but seriously, but there is, I love that group. And again, it'll be one of those things that folks get to see throughout the rest of the hour when we pull up the other 2 tracks that you guys do have. I mean, you have a very distinctive sound, but when it comes from tune to tune, you've got a different flavor going on with each one of them. There was also another tune. This one I'm going to encourage people to, I'm going to tease you guys out there with this. When you guys did Summertime, when you first were warming up, I love that tune. And everybody and their brothers done the tune, but with the way you guys did it, that was fun. I like that a lot. So we'll do that next time. Or better yet, well, actually, where are you guys going to be next?
Well, at the moment, we're taking a little break, learning some new songs, and probably going to be doing some recording pretty soon here, so we can get more out there. And hopefully,
We got a website with a schedule on it too. That's once we start booking up in the beginning of the year, it'll be on there.
Well, tell everybody what that website is.
Earthboneband.com.
All one word.
Uh-huh.
Earthboneband.com.
Earthboneband.com.
No crazy spellings, nothing
No.
like that. Just Earthbone Band.
You'll find us on Facebook too.
.com.
She's been waiting all night to do that. And I don't blame you. So when it comes to another thing that grabbed me about that song is I like the way percussion was nice and tribal there, as it should be in a tune about a monkey. That's very good. Now, when it comes to you guys with what you're doing, I mean, you got a lot of percussion in this band. And as far as that goes, because you got drums and then you got the congas. What other things do you guys incorporate that, of course, we couldn't fit in here?
Harmonica,
bell, rattles,
full drum
full
kit.
kit, bass.
And a Jim
Bass,
I
yeah,
started
djembe.
out with them on the cajon because whenever I first saw the three up front here playing, that's something I'd really like to do. And I thought about, well, what would add to this band that's not normal. So
It's not normal.
I actually built a cajon and then asked them if I could play with them. And we did it a few times. It clicked, and we went on. And then since we come back from the break, I went to a full drum kit, and it sure adds a lot of energy and drive to the things we do. And there's so much more to what these guys are as musicians. There's so much more to it than just confined to one instrument.
Very cool. Very cool. And again, and it shows because it adds so much diversity to your sound texture. I mean, that's because actually when Susan told me that you were going to bring that, I'm like, do I need to spell check what she wrote? Did she mean drum? But it's cool though, because again, it's like when I've seen some of your adverts and everything out on Facebook when you guys are pitching and promoting some of your stuff. I love the graphics and the way you have designed your stuff because it really does capture you guys very, very well. And that was the other thing that's been discussed when it comes to promoting events nowadays, and it's so different now than it was, say, 20 years ago, because where do you put the flyers, to really get somebody's attention? What do you, and what do you use to shop around? Because you got to pitch the bars hard nowadays, man. Anywhere you
We used to walk in with you put a CD or a cassette tape back in the day in like a manila folder that you took to school, and it would have your song list, your band's name, and history on it. And you would just buy drinks until they'd look at it with you. And then you'd talk them into getting a gig. And when you had your stuff together, you continued to play there. If you didn't, somebody was around that would come in and play. But now we deal with electronic packages. And, the bottom line is somebody doesn't talk to you face to face. That's lost a little bit. Like I said, you should go in to have a drink with somebody out there, a bar owner or, a dinner club owner, and we go in and say, this is what we offer. We're quiet enough where people can order their dinner because we have a lot of different kinds of shows, and we could push it that way. And now it's more digital, and how to grab that has been something we've worked on with great graphics, and we get other bands asking Susan to help with their posters and stuff to get that look for their band where she can change it a little bit, and which this community is great. Agents Chaos, Southern Confession, Free Whiskey, Kickin' Country, Sound Pilot, Pistol Whip. Just if I forgot anybody, the Jag out of Jasper there, and there's just a lot of good things going on. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry, but we've all helped each other through this. Well, this what you're talking about, a little bit sparse playing. You need your buddies to come to your show sometimes in an area, and it's been a really great community for that end. And we've actually hitting on something good, which is our diversity has been a blessing and a curse, because it's hard to put yourself somewhere where, well, what do you call gorilla? I had a 15-word description of it, and then you'll hear our other songs are, well, one of them's country blues kind of, and one of them's kind of a weird cha-cha. And so what do you tell somebody you are? And Back in the day, you just had an event and people would show.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to get, your TV shows helping. Other people are doing big concerts in the area. Certain clubs are having 3 local bands or really supporting the alternative, the heavy metal movement that's happening here in our little area is really good because they're supporting each other. They're getting some bigger out of state names in here to play. And, I found that the owners of the clubs are willing. The bands are willing, and the people are willing when they can know where to go when.
And that's the key.
And that's kind of the key.
And actually, I want to say that right now to everybody out there in the audience, if you're watching the show on air, don't forget there's a Facebook page for the Daily News Hour. And if you're watching it online, share this video now. Give it a like, give it a comment, send it out there, tag your friends, because that's how these things work. And the way the algorithms work in the world of social media these days, if you don't have that kind of interaction, you just disappear. And I would hate to see this
powerful tool.
Very. But it's got to be worked. And old Zuckerberg, man, him and his crew, they want more money to push it. And hey, I'm all about capitalism, but at the same time, don't stack the deck, pal, because we're fighting back. Speaking of which, when we come, we're going to take another quick break. And when we do get back, I want to discuss with you guys a little history on the name of Earthbone. I want to know what that means. And Susan giggled, so you know it's going to be fun. So we're going to take another quick break, and then we'll be back with more of Earthbone on the Daily News Hour right here on Hometown Television.
Laundry. If only it was more fun. Now there's Wash World. It's a whole other world. Sure, you can do laundry, but you can watch TV, tan, shower, even Wi-Fi. You can do laundry and so much more. There's snacks and drinks, a play area for the kids, and Wash World is always sparkling clean and well lit. Make laundry fun at Wash World or drop it off and they'll do it all. On the bypass in Harrison between the Ford and Dodge dealer, Wash World.
More than just propane, Reeves Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reeves Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reeves Propane. We greatly appreciate your business and God bless.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
I do what I do because I believe in the hospice philosophy. I believe that patients and families deserve to go out with dignity, that their end-of-life journey is just a part of their story, and that story is just as important as when they were 20 years old, when they were 10 years old, whatever the case may be, that end of life is just as important as any other time, and I want to be a part of that, and I'm privileged to be a part of that.
Welcome back to the Daily News Hour here on Hometown Television with Jim Bumgardner. Thank you very much for joining me in the morning, noon, or night, whenever it is that you decided to come along. And you know you're glad. If you just got here, listen, you missed a lot. But don't worry, you can watch it again on Facebook in the archive. Or, you know what, just break out a VHS tape. Look at it, because that's about all you can do with those things nowadays. But anyway, I fun and I kid because I'm having a good time with my pals from Earthbone here, and we're discussing what exactly is an Earthbone.
Well, the name came about because it's a kind of long story. Behind Dog Patch, me and Wayne owned a recording studio / jam hall for a few years, and so we called the band at the time the Dirt Road Dogs, because we're driving home and our guitar player, we got chased by the same dogs pretty much every day. They were the Dirt Road Dogs, and Well, so were we. So we were like, okay, this is a great idea. And then we had this great idea to name the album Fresh Tracks, which here's what happened. We put it on the World Wide Web or whatever, some of the outlets for your music. And Dirt Road Dogs attracted a country crowd, and Fresh Tracks attracted a rap crowd. So we weren't really either one. We're kind of a weird thing in the middle of all of that. And so after confusing
everybody,
we were going to change our name. And on that same road, there's a tree growing out of a giant rock that's a boulder. And we're country guys, you know, we've been on dirt roads for a lot of years. And Eastern hillbillies, in my case. But anyway, there's a big tree growing out of the rock, and I called it an earth bone. And it also is like Earth Be One, so it's kind of a subliminal
went full on
piece
right
on
there.
you.
Well, that's cool. Full on hippie right there.
It's full on hippie, but you know, we're a little bit of everything. I mean,
yeah.
We've been hillbillies. I've carried a lot of water, and we've all split our wood and kept warm or not with the wood fire, you know. So we've lived that life. And, you know, one of the best things about playing these days, a lot of experience going on, and the soul that comes out. You know, you kind of think as when you're younger, you're going to get all the excitement and the energy out of it. But it's kind of like the slow burn of what we do. The harmonies get better. The music, we play less, and it sounds like more. And that's you know, the whole, it fits with our name kind of, you know, the fact that we're going to go through all genres, and we're not going to really stick to one. And, you know, I like old country as well as I can listen to Iron Maiden or, you know, Judas Priest, and been in thrash bands and poser rock bands and straight up country bands, and you know, and everybody here's listened to a great variety of where they lived and where the era they grew up, and that music all kind of smashed up here with us, and it's been great. So the names fit. We thought about changing it because it's a little odd, you know. It's people go, huh, what's going on? But we haven't figured anything out.
But honestly, it fits you.
All the graphics.
And
it
does
they're
fit,
good, so don't break it.
Yeah.
It really does fit.
We're Earth folks, you know. I mean, even we're up to date, and we're on the World Wide Web. We're on
kind of like
MyFace or whatever it is.
Group.
But yeah, you know. So trying to make that connection.
You know, and that's something that is kind of interesting that I don't think people realize. Or, well, the people outside of the area wouldn't have a clue. But I don't think the people here realize, kind of a forest for the trees thing, that when it comes to the homegrown groups that come up out of these hills, I know for years I've seen a lot of great eclectic sounding bands that they don't make a lot of sense if you are outside of this area. I mean, seriously, like you guys, okay, like I say, we're gonna play a tune called "Lying in My Bed" here in just a minute, which is great. It's they love kittens. I don't know, it's an animal thing, right? Oh my! Did I find the double entendre?
That's right. It's also known as the sarcastic song.
Oh well, there you go. But getting back to it,
don't get it.
Although we were giggling the loudest.
And we went from PG to PG-13, and I'm good with that. But you know, thinking about other bands, you know, like say my first experience with a local band happened back in '99 here, watching them, and that was the Flip Off Pirates. They were another great band.
I gave them their bass lessons.
Well, there you go.
And they supported my band at the time, you know, me and Dave, and we got them kind of interested and started, and
yeah, and they were great.
And how different.
Oh man, you didn't know what was going to happen when it came to those.
They're still going strong.
Right on. See it, and I didn't even. You know,
they were even stranger when they started than they are.
Yeah, they've kind of.
They mellowed out.
They were pretty intense back then. Actually, Matt Smith worked for me at the movie theater, and he was the calm one. You know?
that's saying something. Boy, it's been great watching that era, and everybody's like that. I mean, even the other bands like Kickin' Country.
Mm-hmm.
You get a Kickin' Country band, you go in there and they play Pat Benatar for you, and they nail it, and it's great, and it fits somehow right in with this area. Pistol Whip will do it. Southern Confession, everybody that's here has got this little taste of variety where you got to question a little bit of where it comes from.
Something in the non-fluoridated water, but that's over now. So I'm hoping that
their first album too, didn't they?
Yeah, we did. We recorded their first.
Wow.
Numa production, Pneumatic Records.
Wow.
Matt Smith's first record.
Matt Smith, yeah.
That's awesome, man. That really is. I love it. See, this is why we're doing this show, because we're learning so much. Anyway, let's get back to dancing, kids. This was a little bit more of a slow groove, if you will, but a smooth one for sure. Called Lying in My Bed from Earthball. Earthbone there on the Daily News Hour with a tune called Lying in My Bed, a.k.a. the sarcastic song, according to Susan Boone. Now, I don't know how sarcastic it was per se.
Well,
But
if you'd have heard it, the original version, you would have gone, ooh.
that's why we need the director's cut of the album. Speaking of which, do you guys have any CDs or digital downloads available that people can get a hold of?
That's what we're working on.
We have some old ones, none of this up-to-date full group stuff. If you go on the webpage, though, we have some stuff that we did right prior to Jimmy coming back.
We have links.
And we have links to them, and all around on the YouTube you'll find old, kind of the history of what we've done. But there will be some coming up soon. We have some good, decent quality stuff on there, but this will be on there, by the way.
There you go, everybody.
There we go.
Totally free. Cost you nothing.
Totally free, and thank you again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're blessed, and we'll have something coming up this year. We redid our act not too long ago so we could work. We were playing a lot of dinner shows and stuff, but we couldn't bring all of us everywhere, and which is what we wanted to do. So we kind of we reinvented our song list. Maybe not our sound.
I don't think you could if you wanted to. I mean, it's just so great and it's so ingrained, because that's the thing too. It's like if folks, again, I don't know exactly what all you do have up on the website right now, but if people just listen, it's like, okay, cool. But to watch you guys when you're interacting, that's another thing too. The people, if they don't do live shows and don't go to the live shows, they don't get that.
Oh,
And even in video, you can't really capture it properly like you can on a stage, because every stage is different. And watching you guys just here in this space, where I kind of scooched you in a little bit just for the sake of the camera, or move Susan completely in a different spot. But I wanted you to be in frame,
I was trying to hide.
Thank goodness, keep her in there.
But it's watching you guys while you're working.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so funny, man. You've got a mesh there too, and it shows. And again, that's something that, the camera can only capture so much. But I'm hoping it got enough to where people will go, "Ooh, I want to see that. I want to see that. I want
Our
to see
shows
that."
are pretty interesting. We have great audience interaction, and mainly because of him.
He
is the most quiet person in our group, and people, I gotta touch the beard. We thought about starting, different campaigns around the beard, but
Have you named the beard?
Not yet.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So
There's
everybody
a new
kick in
campaign.
$5 to get a chance to name the
The
beard.
beard.
Name the beard.
Yes, the one that wins gets to take the beard home.
Well, I don't know about that one there now. That's
I don't know. He's been offered quite a few times, to be
No, just a
taken home.
picture of the beard.
Okay. That's like those old payday candy bars that used to hook you with the 32-foot beard or whatever that was.
And then you got the decoder ring.
Yeah.
Eat more paydays. Is that,
there you go, man. That's but again, it's like that synergy. It's like you hear it and you can see it, and that's really cool. Especially considering that when it comes to playing here, you guys literally got thrown in the corner. You adapted very, very well.
We get thrown in the corner a lot.
We have collectively done a lot of gigs over the last bunch of years, and this has been kind of our first time in a while we've taken a little time off. As far as me and Susan and Wayne and Jimmy go in different bands, or I was playing bass in a lot of people's bands and playing in bands, that were doing a lot of shows, and then we did a lot of shows for a few years there. So the chemistry between us, a little bit of that, the experience of it, but we all like each other a lot, and when you have the experience, and it's a good thing when you get jammed into a corner, or you have every time you go into show business, something crazy happens. When it's entertainment, somebody's not there, a fuse goes out, the light, and it happens, and you got to roll with it. And if you're not okay in a little tiny corner, you're not going to be okay in a big stadium, I think. And I think when we've played in front of bigger crowds, we still kind of feel like we're jammed up in our little jam hall together.
Yeah.
And we're taking everybody with us, you know, when we're playing. We're inviting them into our little corner, but it's we're kind of comfortable like that, you know. We're there for each other first.
Take everyone else along.
See, I would love to see you guys on a bigger venue stage just to see what happens.
You should come out.
We
You should come out to the station.
Everybody should come out to the station.
But you know,
there'll be things going, and we'll be playing around.
I hope so, because I love the layout. I absolutely loved the
It's kind
layout.
of fun on that stage, but I always felt like we were a little too spread out. I wanted my boys next to me. You know?
Yeah, it happens in a few places too. Yeah, you get up to bigger
It's
spots.
agoraphobic about it.
That's another thing about the band I thought went well was having Susan singing. There's not a lot of bands that have female singer leads, and there's a lot of young singers that are female that would love to sing, and I think that's helping maybe to get people interested, girls especially interested.
That is a great point. And actually, my daughter Caitlin, that was the first thing when she got here tonight. She was like, "Ooh, there's a girl singer." And that's fantastic. I mean, it really is, because again, like we said at the beginning of the show, it's like finding and encouraging the young folks to get out there and do this stuff when they're all literally doing this and they're cool with that. But once they get that first taste, though, if that spark is in you, the flame is going to go. There's no doubt about it.
That's true. It can sometimes happen at the karaoke's
or
those open mics, and somebody gets a touch of it and realize, oh man, it feels so good. You know, it's something that really feels. Me and Susan are hitting on this, and good job, Dave, because on the way over here we were joking. Music is a little bit of a flirt because you're sharing something of yourself it's kind of personal, you know, especially when you're writing your own songs and stuff. And when we get to gigs and stuff, and you know, of course, guys like to, oh my God, a girl singer. But one thing we laugh about the most is girls, which is a great point. Women of all ages, when they'd love to hear her sing, like. We'll go in and do some Stevie Nicks or something, or some Linda Ronstadt or something that hits them, Four Non Blondes, or some song out of their past, and they just connect so well. I mean, we've seen it, and Susan's worked hard, really hard. You know, 3 of us have been in the music business over 20 years, and these 2 have been in really seriously for 5 or 6, and they've had the most hard work, you know, as far as the marathon work, like, you know, and it's, if you love something, you'll do it, you know, and it's worth the bumps. And it's kind of one of the things why we all like each other. We all go, okay, so, you know, Jerry sings badly. We better work on that. And they're not, you know, they're not walking away from me. They're saying, you're singing badly. Kind of, what's happening? Find a better note. Find a note that makes us all feel good. And then when I do, you know, I smile, and it kind of takes a certain thing to do that, and to support the girl singer, or the weird drums or keyboards.
They call it weird, man.
You call him the drummer weird again.
Both of them.
And on that,
I call them both weird.
Well, they're percussionists. What are you going to do? That's kind of how that works. We're going to come back here in just a moment. We're going to take one more break, but we're actually going to prove that point 100% with the next tune that's coming up from Earthbone. It's called Outlaw, and Susan shows that girls can really, really sing. You'll see in just a moment on the Daily News Hour.
Serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a little history.
Say what?
That's the Neighborhood Diner in Harrison. Since 1952, folks have enjoyed delicious food and conversation. Jared and his staff continue in that fine tradition, treating you like family, with true hospitality and that unmistakable taste of home. If you've never been, treat yourself today. If it's been a while, come say hi. That great food you know and love is being served right now, with a little history, on Main Street in Harrison, the Neighborhood Diner.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
The difficulties of a funeral or any end-of-life service can be challenging. It's expensive, confusing, and emotional. At Markinson Funeral Consulting, our fully trained staff helps in planning and negotiating your end-of-life service with the funeral home of your choice. We can provide a full list of all your costs and options and even give you a price comparison. On average, we save our clients 50% on their end-of-life services. Contact Markinson Funeral Consulting today to find out about our discounts and our 100% free, no-risk guarantee.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
Welcome back to the Daily News Hour. We're just about wrapped up here for this fantastic and fun show that we've had with Earthbone tonight, and I really have had an absolute ball. But then again, I got to be honest, because I don't like to pander to anyone, because I enjoy doing the show because I get to meet so many great people, and especially right now, I've been meeting a lot of great musicians. And you guys have now finally came to life for me, because Alicia and I, we've just now started to get back out into the world and getting this opportunity to hear you here on the show, where we've missed a ton of your gigs, but hopefully we'll catch the next one as soon as you guys are out. Now, before we play this next tune called Outlaw Groove, now that I got that proper since I threw it wrong earlier, but now that I fixed that, but you brought, we were talking to the break, and actually before we went to the break, when it comes to encouraging your other bandmates and things like this, and people you know, here's the thing that that is really, really lost on today's generation. And this is not picking on millennials by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that the world has changed. Everyone and their brother can do anything now thanks to technology, so they think. The reality, however, is everyone still needs a producer. Everyone still needs a director. Everyone still needs that coach. And what you guys are talking about is exactly that point. Because with some of the boot camp that you put Susan through, and it's turned her into a fantastic singer and stage performer.
Yes, star of our show all the time.
Yeah, see, and there you go. And that's one of those things that
from the grief.
Well, and that's why
come out of the grief, you know, come out of the hard time.
And we touched on just a little bit how you guys produced, and that's more than hitting a button, gang. When you produced like the Flip Off Pirates' first album, and I had that album, and it was a great album. It really, really was. And it's one of those things to where I want people to understand very much that the younger folks who are watching this and thinking about, you know, they're singing into the karaoke app or they're starting to play guitar or whatever. If you want to go to the next level, meet these guys. Beg them to help you, to teach you, to guide you. Seriously, let them beat up on you, because this is the type of beating that will be. Well, and that's what everyone needs.
Yeah, it's a great community, and we've done it real hard. We've taken in a lot of strays and helped them where they want, if they want.
I have a friend who has done a lot of singing over the last 20 years, but she always did other people. She finally found her own voice.
And it came through?
And it came through. Really I was like, there's my friend. That's you.
And, a lot of hard work. And speaking of which, and like I said, I'm watching this clock, and I want everybody to see the proof in the pudding that is coming from Susan Boone right here in this fantastic tune called Outlaw Groove from Earthbone. That's Earthbone there, a tune called Outlaw Groove, and it was indeed a great groove with Susan Boone providing the lead vocals there. And again, looking at the clock on the wall, we got to wrap this thing up. Everybody, thank you very much for coming out tonight and entertaining the folks. It means a whole lot, and I do want to get you back whenever you guys are ready, because I am totally down with it, and I want to come see you guys live, and I want to help everybody know when you are. So please keep me plugged in.
We'll send our recordings and stuff your way.
Please do.
And we'll hook up to your sites and stuff. And
well, that will be.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. And the time everybody puts into.
And don't forget, gang. Now, if you just now came in on the broadcast, like I say, you can come over to the Facebook page. You can watch the archive version of the show, and then you can also, of course, share as soon as you see this video. Like, comment, even if you didn't like it, say you didn't like it. People like that too, but just get it out there and let's bump this thing up. Let everybody know about Earthbone, and you enjoy some really great music that's bred right here in the Ozarks, man. It's great. It's fantastic stuff. Again, thanks a lot very much. Very
thank you.
I've enjoyed this one. So on behalf of Alicia and Caitlin and everybody else that is Jack Entertainment, have a great night, everybody. We will see you soon.